Hi guys, AdamTheOT back again with some more simple, fun and effective OT games that are perfect for developing those motor skills in the home, the clinic or the classroom. As always, if you like these videos and want to stay updated, just click subscribe. Any videos you'd like to see or areas you'd like me to work on, just let me know in the comments and I'd love to do a video just for you. So lots of requests from parents and therapists recently about new activities and fun activities that work on bilateral integration. So using the two hands in a coordinated fashion. Very important for tons of kind of developmentally rich and independence tasks, from handwriting to scissor skills to doing up those pesky buttons and putting your shoes on, tying shoelaces, all of those things. And it's a really important developmental step to really check off. One of the activities or tools I use a lot for bilateral integration is using a ruler. So lots of ruler games. Today's activity is going to use a ruler. It's going to need a stapler. My previous one used a stapler, and then people loved, a lot of the kids really like the ka-chunk of using a stapler. So today's activity has folding, writing, tearing, stapling, and a lot of control, and it's kind of fun too. A whole lot packed in to a very snappy, fun little activity, okay? So let's have a look. So guys, for this activity, like I said, all you'll need a stapler, you'll need a ruler. Now you can do it without the ruler for older kids, where it is a bit more tricky, and you'll need a bunch of colors, okay? That's it. And a single piece of paper, okay? So the first thing you do, fold, frame, tear, and stamp, is you gotta fold. So you take your piece of paper and fold it cleanly in half. Now a little pro tip, folding is tricky for your younger kids. Get a little color and make a tiny mark up in the very top corner. Like a little color. Could be a star, could be a dot, could be anything. Okay? And then turn the page over, and the opposite bottom corner, make the same colored little mark. And turn it back. Okay? That way when they fold it over, the two will line up. And you'll see the two little colors, so you can see there, I've got my two little purple dots. And all I'll tell them to do is put the little dot on top. So just line up the colors. And they put the dot on top of the dot, then hold it down with their finger. So stabilizing hand, a lot of this activity is about stabilizing hand, active hand, and fold it down flat. Okay, so that's our first fold. Now here's the very important part. They have to fold nicely, they measured it well. Okay, when they fold, I want them to push this crease down as hard as they can. They can use anything, so I'll tell them to use their finger, use their fist, use their fingernail, use the edge of the ruler, works very well. Okay, see how I'm showing them as well sometimes? Hold at the top, so stabilize and pressure. As long as you've got this really sharp fold, okay? So we fold it. Now take your first color, okay? I'm kind of doing a rainbow thing here, so I'm going to start off with red. And I'm going to get them to do a rectangle around. This is the frame. Now as close to the edge as they can do. Very important, as close to the edge, but leaves a little bit of a gap. You'll see why in a second. And sometimes, for some kids, if they want to make it prettier, have more time, I'll continue inside and do like a big spiral thing. Or a lot of the time I'll just do the frame and do a big number, 1. Okay? So it looks like that. Frame with a little border, big number 1. I'm going to open my book out. And here's the tear. Fold, here we go, tear. Frame and tear. Put their finger at the very top of it. Okay, stabilize it down, now pushing down really hard, and a heavy hand. Now to make it easier, they can use the ruler and put the ruler down so they have that pressure easily. Hold the paper up, and they have to try and tear, and if they've made a nice fold, it'll tear pretty easily. And then do 2 halves. Okay? And it's really cool actually. The kids get really excited that they're able to do that without scissors, because sometimes scissor skills are tricky for them, but the tear is pretty easy. Leave my number 1 over there. That's the first time, okay? Now, I'm going to repeat that load of times. Let's see. Again, we fold and push down tight. Push, 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 push. If they want to try something else, they can hold it up, pinch on one end, and slide their finger down. Do it the other side. As long as we have this razor sharp, as tight as they can make it. If they didn't rip, if it tears, then that's the part they need to try harder on, okay? Get the next color. I'm going to go for orange. Frame again. again, you're getting nice pre-writing skills there. I'm going to write a big number 2. Alright, big number 2. I did this with kids last thing. I thought the fact I kept saying big number 2 was the funniest thing in the world. It is pretty funny. Open it up. Now I'm going to do one incorrectly so you guys can see what I'm trying to avoid, okay? If they pull a little bit too harshly, they might, oh no, rip it like this. Now look, I've broken the frame. That's what I want to avoid, okay? I want to see this frame the whole way along. If they didn't angle it nicely, if they didn't stabilize and tear, then they'll break the frame. No worries, now we just have this little gap. I'm going to leave this up here and staple. Now you can staple it now or wait to the end. I'll staple it now just so you guys can see. I take my number 1, put my number 2 on the corner, hold them. I'm going to put a staple at the very edge of number 2. Staple, like so. Okay, not this corner, this one over here in the middle. It'll seem more sensible in a few minutes why I'm doing that. Okay, again, fold, push down tight. Now you can speed up a little bit every time. Frame. I've got my number 3 this time. You can do pre-writing shapes instead of numbers. You can spell out their name. You can do whatever you want. Using this ruler to hold down, or just using your fingers. Very carefully, going to push down as hard as they can with that stabilizing hand, and slowly you're going to tell them to pull away and up, like pulling towards their own shoulder. Not down just on the floor, but it's pulling up a little bit as well. So you keep that pressure on gently, gently. It's a brilliant motor modulation activity because you have to grade that pressure really nicely. Bingo. Line them up again. The corners together, like so. And put my staple on the middle. 3. Quickly running through them now. Now, as I'm getting further down with each fold, I try and get to 7. Each time, the paper gets half as big, so it becomes fiddlier. They made the motor plan with the larger, easier variation. They can make mistakes there, that's totally fine. Now as it gets smaller, it gets more fiddly and more dexterous, but they already have the motor plan in place. Okay, so now I'm up to number 6. Really carefully, it's a smaller rectangle, as close to the edge as we can, so we fold. We frame, we tear. They can tear this way. I still like them to hold it on the table. Push down with this side, pull with this side, grading the force just right. Lovely. And staple them on. Now, you might see why I was stapling on the corners here, because it makes each staple have room for the next. Now, they're lining up. Only room for 2 more staples here. And they fit on just right, so we have to position the staple just right. I don't know if you can see the staples on a line there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that leaves me with 1 more for number 7. Number 7 is really tiny. I've done this with the number 10 before. This almost leaves no room for it, because 7 is the width of the staple. Fold, lovely little fold. Now I'm doing this with rectangles. You can actually do it really nice with a triangle shape as well by taking a square piece of paper and cutting it in half triangle-wise. It makes the fold a little trickier. And number 7 frame. Number 7 tear, very small, only just 1 finger fits on. And pull. Very cute. And staple. Fantastic. And then they have it. They have their 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and number 1. Okay? Now you can do very fun artistic things with that afterwards if you like. Okay? You can do, for example, take the purple color of 7. I will do the whole thing, the purple color of 7, then turn 7 over. There'll be a white space under 6. I'll take the blue 6. So it ends up with this rainbow pattern, and each layer gets more colorful than that. So 7 will just be purple, 6 will be purple and blue, 4 will be purple, both blues and green, and then the last one will end up with all the colors together. Does that make sense? So you change the color each time. There's tons of little activities you can do, okay? And that's it. That's the activity. It is fold, frame, tear, and stamp with a stapler, okay? That's it, guys. Thank you so much. As always, any questions or concerns, just let me know. If you like the videos and want to stay updated, click subscribe. Any videos you'd like to see. That one was a response to a bunch of requests I had recently for activities that can organize and work on a lot of skills at one time, specifically bilateral integration for the scissor skills and the dressing skills and tying shoelaces. It's a very big developmental step of using the two hands in concert with especially the stabilizing side and the pulling side. Imagine holding the zipper, putting it in and pulling it up. So it's these things, when you do them in a play-based way, it's skills they'll be able to apply and use them in their everyday life to increase their independence, to increase their sense of pride of what they can do for themselves. But yeah, OT's a lovely thing, okay? Thank you so much, guys, and until next week, AdamTheOT, out.